It's Las Vegas Raiders. We're gonna talk about it, do a pregame show, do our predictions, all that and more right after this.
Now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Bobby Haize C-Dub all in the building today for the pregame show. It's game day as the Chicago Bears are facing off against the Las Vegas Raiders. Fellas, I'm gonna throw this first one, kick it to you real quick. How confident are you feeling riding to this game? Tyson Bagent getting the start with Justin Fields expected to miss multiple games. At least this is the first game of that. How you guys feeling coming into this game?
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest. I feel really confident in this game because I feel like a lot of people got what they wanted, and here it comes. I feel like the fans wanted Tyson Bagent. I feel like Luke Getsy wanted a Tyson Bagent type quarterback. He's gonna get his wish. He's gonna get a quarterback to fit his scheme, and I expect him to do well. Uh, and defensively, let's see if they could put two of those games back to back. It's gonna be an interesting game, but I feel confident in it as well.
Okay.
Me personally, I don't even know if I'm that confident, to be honest with you. If I gotta go back and watch preseason games of Tyson Bagent, try to look for Shepherd tape on Tyson Bagent, I just don't believe I'm that confident. But I will say, I'm gonna root him on. I'm gonna hope that he goes out and have a good game, and hope that Luke Getsy finally figures it out, or at least revert back at least 1 week to getting it together. Because as of right now, we can't trust him. I told y'all he one of the ops, double agent, but he not playing one of the division rivals right now. He playing somebody else from a different division and conference. So we shall see.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like when it comes to, I said it with like this. When it comes to the Bagent thing of it, if you're a Justin Fields fan or you're somebody who's opposing the Justin Fields and think that the Bears should move on, either way, everybody's going to be watching this game. They're either going to get something to either strengthen or weaken the argument coming out of this game, right? You're either going to come in and look and be like, hey, see, it looks the same even when Justin's not in there, right? Or you're going to come in and Tyson Bagent is going to have a success, and then some of those people against Justin Fields are going to have a field day with it the next couple of days. It is what it is at this point, bro.
I agree.
First of all, C-Dub, you've been drinking already, bro. It's 11 o'clock where you are, bro. Why you got on the sunglasses?
Don't tell me C-Dub battling.
Is he frozen?
Internet guard.
That's funny, C-Dub frozen.
I think it's restrained. Do not rock with him at this point. We was just doing StreamYard the other day, and he was good to go.
That's funny. We'll wait on C-Dub to get back in. It's funny too because it still shows his internet connection super strong.
Right.
That's weird, bro. That's weird. But outside of that, Bobby, we know there's going to be some changes on the offensive line. Lucas Patrick expected to start at center. Cody Whitehair at left guard. You got Larry Borum at left tackle with Tevin and Darnell right on the right side. What are you feeling about this offensive line? We had two solid games for the most part from that offensive line, even though they gave us some sacks in the 2 games prior to last week's loss. What's your confidence level with the offensive line right now?
Not very confident. Not more so, particularly, I would say the coaches than the players. We know what Cody Whitehair is. We know what Lucas Patrick is. But the point is like, bro, the incompetency from the coaching staff continues to put itself right on the forefront for fans to see.
Yeah.
You had a solid performance from J. Tyree Carter. You had a guy in your left guard who was able to help strengthen things on that left side because Borum is having blowouts trying to block people, and you want to disrupt that again. During your tenure in 2 years, you have put out 24 plus different combinations for your offensive line. When is enough is enough. I only understand it from this standpoint. Hey, we want to have Tevin Jenkins to help try to neutralize Max Crosby. But did they somehow forget that the guy can move to the other side as well and torture
and if they
Cody
do that,
Whitehair?
Yeah. Cody, bro, I don't understand either Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick. To me, bro, at this point, there's no way you can bring either one of those guys back next season, bro. They both got to go.
Yeah, it's the writing's on the wall. Get rid of them. They ain't good no more. And like my thing, and that's the frustrated thing. We talk about player development, with the Bulls. We talked about it with the Bears as well. And what was all the hype about with Doug Kramer being a starter? Still haven't seen him out there. What is all
He's
of the
hurt, right? Isn't he still hurt?
he was activated, he's back.
Okay.
And then you go and get Dan Feeney. I don't know if he's the savior, but as of right now, we got the stuff on tape that Lucas Patrick or Cody Whitehair can't snap the ball either.
They can't do shit well, bro. Like, and you can, I don't know why we have such loyalty to those two guys, because to me, like, neither one of them, like, I get it that you made the conversation on, oh, well, the last time Cody Whitehair was a center XYZ, but that was years ago.
Exactly.
It's time to let the past go, and they got to be left in the past. Like, I get Ryan Poles, you drafted Darnell Wright, you brought in Nate Davis, you had some hope with Cody Whitehair at center, but at this point in time, you need to be spending money on that offensive line this upcoming offseason.
I agree.
There's no excuses for it.
No excuses anymore. And I would say, hey, I'm happy we didn't go overpay Mike McGlinchey and Ben Powers, though. I'm gonna say that.
True. I will say that as well. But because the contracts they got, like, that was,
it was crazy.
But the Bears need to spend it. Like, yeah, and theoretically now you should hopefully have to spend less. You got Darnell Wright, who you know is a dog. Nate Davis, when he's actually out there on the field, has shown some promise, right? We know Tevin Jenkins is a dog, but that center position, even if you draft a young center, I still think you need to go out there and spend some money on a veteran. And you just and we need some better rotational pieces there too. I still like J. Tyree Carter. Larry Borum, though, I don't know how you feel on the Larry Borum experiment at this point, but I'm kind of over Larry Borum, bro.
Me too, because I like you get some good snaps out of him. You know what I'm saying? You probably gonna get good snaps out of most of your offensive linemen, but it's just the inconsistency for me, man. Especially when you watch film and you see the man blow a tire, and I believe it just wasn't like how. You know what I'm saying? This is the movement you've been doing the entire season. Like, bro, get it together. So yeah, the frustration with the offensive lineman is still present after one season.
How you feeling about Braxton Jones? No, he hasn't played a lot this season. Do you look at him? I know he had the penalties and issues and things like that, but like, has this season done? Because I think we were all kind of came in from last season pretty high on Braxton and the development he had. Has this season done anything to kind of take that away? You think it's just a sophomore slump? Where you sitting with Braxton?
It's a two-part thing for me. First thing, I still think he's good, but there's still questions on if he can be a great left tackle. The second part is that he went down with a neck injury. Neck injuries for offensive linemen are not good. So that's where the concern lies in for me. And I think that you gotta go ahead and dissect this the right way, diagnose this the right way, figure out what's gonna happen, because if this guy's gonna battle neck injuries for the foreseeable future, yeah, that's something you probably don't want to invest in for sure.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like, yeah, there's still absolute promise in Braxton, but I think, if you can get another player at his position later in the draft, you got some promise, and you got to look at that, maybe even bringing in a veteran. Like, I want to see the Bears, and that's what Feeney, I thought, was supposed to be, was an offensive lineman that could play 2 or 3 positions.
Right.
We need a guy who, as a depth piece, can come in and play at least 2 positions on that offensive line, because the way that it's shaping up and the way that it looks is that we're going to need, and most teams need it. You're always going to have a player that misses, right? Some time. Like, nobody's 100% after the season starts, and you want some nice, solid depth pieces on that team regardless. But Poe's it goes back to what I just said. Poe's got to spend money on the offensive line this season. Period.
I agree.
You got to spend money.
I agree, because you know what I'm saying? We know Poe's for doing his thing in the draft and finding these extra offensive linemen in the later rounds, bringing them in, having them around the team, putting some and designating some to the practice squad, and still having some that's young on the roster that you want to develop. We got to eventually see that development to where they can go ahead and be nice depth pieces for sure.
For sure. Well, let's look at some things on the other side of the ball for the Chicago Bears, man. How concerned are you right now about the Raiders' rushing attack and how the defense is gonna handle that?
Oh, I'm confident in the Bears' defensive run stopping. They've been pretty damn good, to say the least, and better than what I expected, especially after Green Bay gassed us up early in that first game. They've improved a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think they haven't allowed a guy to rush over 75 yards in the last few weeks, so that's good. And then, you know what I'm saying, we seen what they did last week. And the defense really, it seemed like it's taking steps forward, but and that's when it gets more frustration when we talk about that, because you expect the offense to take those steps forward. but they regressed. So hopefully we can all play as a team in front of the fans who deserves a win. In front of the fans who deserves a win. That's the most important thing, man. The people spending their money
That's
and they
big
going out and
facts.
watching trash.
Big facts on that one. Big facts on that one. When you come into this game, who are you more concerned about as far as like, are you worried about Josh Jacobs in the running game, or are you more so worried about Devontae Adams in the passing game? Because I'm always going to worry about Devontae, and he's killed us before. Like, we got years of tape on Devontae Adams is absolutely carving up the Bears secondary. How you feeling about that part of it coming into this game?
I would say Devontae, I'm going to go ahead and give Devontae Adams his respect, but I'm going to lean on Josh Jacobs for this point. Is because the last few weeks we've seen Devontae Adams' targets diminish for some crazy reason. For some crazy reason, we've seen Devontae Adams' targets decrease, and he's absolutely a number one wide receiver. So I'm going to go ahead and say I think they lean on the run game a little bit more, the Raiders. And then you don't want to – I know Brian Hoyer, he's a journeyman. He could still probably get it done, at least against an undrafted rookie free agent. So I'm going to say they lean on the run game a little bit more.
Facts. We got C-Dub. Listen, I understand that you are right now in relapse because you got those glasses on at 11 a.m., but you know it is what it is. How you feeling over there, brother?
Man, I'm feeling really puzzled, upset, and frustrated. Xfinity is not my friend right now, or it's something else. I don't know what it is, but we're going to pray that I got it fixed right now and bear down. That's it.
I was asking Bobby, man, who are you more concerned at carving up the Bears in this game? Are you looking at Josh Jacobs in the running game? Or are you more worried about Devontae Adams in the passing game being kind of the one that sticks it to the Bears the most today? And he's frozen again. That's crazy, bro.
Oh, Lord.
There you go. You're frozen.
Okay.
What's going on?
All right. Is we ready? Okay. All right.
You good? Go. You good.
Brandon Jacobs and Javonte Adams are absolutely the two players that can really hurt the Bears. That's probably the only two players that can really hurt the Bears. If I was to go which one that I'm worried about the most, it'll be Brandon Jacobs, because they going in with Brian Hoyer. He's going to be starting. I'm not really feared about him. Javonte Adams, he ain't going to be that effective with that quarterback. That's all I'm trying to say. So we got to stop the run, and Brandon Jacobs can straight up bust this game.
Homie. Who's Brandon Jacobs?
That's former Giants running back.
Oh, man. I'm thinking about my man from the Giants, bro. Big 27, y'all remember? All right, but anyway, yeah. I'm talking about Josh Jacobs, bro. Y'all know. Tomato.
I know, I had to mention. That's hilarious, bro. We got to pray for C-Dub's internet, especially as he's doing the live call. We're going to pray the blood of Jesus over the internet today, because C-Dub was frustrated last week, bro. He was ready to throw a chair last week.
Oh, I threw a couple. I just didn't want to disclose that to the rest of you guys. I threw a couple.
Oh, man. Okay, so coming in, like, with the Chicago Bears so far this season, coaching has been one of the biggest kind of concerns for most Bears fans, and rightfully so. It's been a huge sticking point for the Bears. Do you think that Luke Getsy calls a good enough game today with having a quarterback that I think he's more kind of, he likes that style of quarterback a little bit more? Or do you think this is going to be another game where we're asking ourselves why Luke Getsy is calling the most obvious plays in the world?
Oh, no, just but a point that you just said. This is a quarterback more suited to his playbook, I think, and the quarterback type that he wanted on his team, to tell you the truth. I'm just going by his actions from past games with Justin Fields. He didn't like him very much. Yeah, put them glasses on. Now you in it.
I gotta get on C-Dub's level. I gotta get on C-Dub's level. Prescription sunglasses. Gotta get on C-Dub's level.
Hey, but
look, I mean, listen, we might as well just we're just gonna go for it today. There you go.
We're happy
there you
go. Singing every color.
There you go.
God. How can
I'm
finished? Goddamn.
Bobby, how you feel? How concerned are you about the play calling today?
Not really. I'm always gonna have my doubts because I don't trust Luke Getsy, but I honestly believe he loves Tyson Badgett. He loves this guy. Agreed. He coached him in the Senior Bowl. He was able to fight for him and get him up on the team. And the guy, he performed well in preseason. And we had some small evidence. My guy totally started calling different plays for Tyson Badger the moment he entered the game.
Yeah.
so I think Luke Getsy just like double agent, man. He about to try to prove a point and say I'm not the problem. And then I think he gonna call a different game. But he's still gonna call 3 screens in a row eventually.
Oh, come on. You already know it's happening.
That's what
it's going to be 3 runs right up the middle in a row at a time where the outside's open. He's going to get those things every time.
Okay. I hope my sarcasm is obvious. I expect Tyson Bagent to have a great game for Luke Getsy. This is his quarterback. I expect it. I hope it's obvious, guys.
This man.
As far as the weapons, like we've all said and talked about the fact that like eventually teams are going to try to take the ball out of DJ Moore's hands. Yeah. Now, I don't think that this is a Las Vegas Raiders team that is necessarily equipped to do that consistently throughout the whole game. They may be able to do it with some other plays, but it's been an up and down season. We've seen Tyler Scott. His number of snaps has gone way up here over the last couple of weeks, which makes sense with Claypool going down, EQ being out, things like that. How confident are you in players like Darnell Mooney, like Tyler Scott, like Cole Kmet stepping up? Because it's going to come, and it's going to come more frequently as the season goes on. There are going to be teams that absolutely try to take that ball out of DJ Moore's hands, and we haven't really seen another wide receiver or tight end really go off considerably yet when DJ Moore isn't going off as well. What do you guys think about that part of it? Like, do you think this is going to be somebody steps up? Is that more of a Luke Getsy's play calling type thing? Or do you think with Tyson Bagent as well, he had a lot of targets to Tyler Scott when he stepped in the game because those guys have been practicing together. They've been on the same squad for the most. He probably has a lot of confidence and chemistry with Tyler Scott. Do you think this could potentially be a big game for Tyler Scott as well, or any other wide receiver other than DJ Moore?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Tyler Scott and Tyson Bagent definitely have a good rapport with each other, and look for him to skyrocket to be that second option, or Cole Kmet too. I just want to ask you guys a question up top, the guys above me. You guys told me that Darnell Mooney was going to be okay. What is going on with Darnell Mooney?
Hey, you want to take it?
Listen, I wish I had an answer for you, my boy. I'm just listen. I'm gonna be 100%. I mean, it's a combination of some other things, right? We've really only seen what over the course of this season, maybe 3 solid games where we're moving the ball in the air, right? Yeah. But outside of that, he suffered for some of the things he suffered for his whole career. There's been drops issues. As much as him and Justin Fields have chemistry, it seems like that's reportedly the guy he spends the most time with. It hasn't really translated to the field, and so while I came into the season really, and I think most of us who came into the season talking about like, all right, is it going to be Chase Claypool? Is it going to be Darnell Mooney that gets the deal? I would not be surprised if we got 8 days into the trade deadline if Darnell Mooney is not a Chicago Bear by the trade deadline.
Yes, absolutely.
And I
that ain't nothing but the truth.
We gotta keep it a buck. He has not been good. You know what I'm saying? And there's been a number of reasons, but the fact of the matter is he has not been good. It is what it is. I'm with Haize, with what you said, man. Anything can happen for Darnell Mooney. And honestly, even if he stays for the duration of the entire season, you still got to consider if you want to even pay this guy, or you say, hey, we seen Tyler Scott put on a little bit, with Tyson Bagent, and we seen what he can do. We don't got to pay him too much or nothing, because what we drafted him, we can keep him around. Then look at our draft picks coming up in this upcoming draft. I know we thinking a bit too far ahead, but hey, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is right there on the chart, there's no question.
And that's why I'm saying that too. Is like when you look at the fact that the Bears are slated to be in a position where they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. Tyler Scott, to me, is somebody, because you're going to have to pay Darnell Mooney to keep him. Right. Why do that for somebody who at that point is going to be your third wide receiver? Exactly. You got a young guy in Tyler Scott who's shown some promise, right? Who, you haven't really, hasn't had like crazy numbers or anything, but you haven't had crazy numbers as a passing offense anyway. But Scott and Darnell Mooney are like the Spider-Man meme. You can kind of look at them and they almost absolutely. The same guy.
You took the word right out of my mouth.
And because of that, like, if you compare Marvin Harrison Jr. with DJ Moore, you know you're probably going to pay both of those guys big money.
Yes.
Tyler Scott was a freaking 4th-round pick and a guy who's a rookie. To me, I'd much rather ride with those two young guys and Harrison Jr. theoretically and Scott, pair them with the monster and DJ Moore. Why are we going to pay Darnell Mooney $8-10 million a year for a young guy going into his second year that theoretically can do a lot of the same stuff in that slot? So
yeah, that's some tough stuff.
Great points by the guys, man. Hey, man, it's starting to look like the writings on the wall for a few players on this team, dude.
Yeah,
It's starting to look like it. You can see it,
bro.
dude. You can't even.
I mean, and I hate to say, like, it came down to success. The team hasn't had the success. So when you're a player like Jalen Johnson, different. He's 24 years old. He fits your timeline. If you re-sign him and pay him, you can feel confident in if you like him as a player. I'm not saying necessarily that the Bears are just head over heels, but if you like him, you can talk yourself into saying he fits our timeline, right? You don't have somebody who's just ready to step up into his position. Theoretically, I mean, you technically you could, because Terrell Smith, even though he's out with mono, we know that they're high on him. You got him, Tyreek, and Kyler Gordon as your young guys going forth for a while. But hey, maybe you can talk yourself. He fits the timeline, 24 years old. Eddie Jackson, about to be on the other side of 30.
Yeah, I think it's a done.
This Bears team is far away enough that we may see a lot of the guys that we had this conversation coming into the season on, are they going to get extensions? How much longer are they going to be Bears? The way that this season has went may have written those stories for those guys. So
yeah,
exactly, because Eddie Jackson, I think in the last game he only played 4 snaps and he was out the game.
Yeah, it's kind of the same old thing too.
I love Eddie Jackson. Let me be clear. I like him as a dude. Yeah. Like I like hearing him talk on like podcasts and stuff like that. And I think he was on pace for a Pro Bowl season last year. But you got to ask yourself, like, the money that's theoretically coming into that, are you better suited drafting another guy and letting him develop up with this, especially if you make a coaching change, things like that?
Yeah,
facts. I agree.
Man, the best ability is availability. I steady scream that, and it seems like for
injury concerns, dude.
The last 3 years, every season he's missing most of the season. So it's a sad thing, but we can basically see the writing on the wall. Maybe it turn around. It's a chance that, you know, maybe the coaches, they still love him, want to keep him on the team, but we can all see the writing on the wall, bro.
Agreed.
We can see it.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, it sucks. You know, I'm a guy who I like seeing people play out the majority of their careers, the Chicago Bears, and he's been here since 2007 when it comes to Eddie Jackson. But you got to be listening to offers, bro. You got to be listening to offers.
It's not many left, is it? It ain't many left from the old regime, is it?
7. We had 7 players coming into the season left from the old regime.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
They
clean the house. Right?
Yeah, they definitely is.
Hey, Justin ain't theirs neither. So it is incumbent on this young man to get his ass back on this field. He got to get back out there, big dog.
Facts.
We'll see, man. We'll see, bro. We got to get to these super chats. Shout out to C-Dub jumping in here like the Black Matrix agent with the shades. And we all had to put the shades on. C-Dub set the tone. We had to keep it going.
For sure.
Super chat from the General Brandon L. Jet says, salute to the black brothers checking in from Chicago. That's hilarious.
Not the Blues, the brothers.
Oh, I like this one a lot. Not a super chat, but great comment here from Travis. Says, man, let trade back one of those picks and draft the LT from Penn State and Marvin Harrison Jr. with the first 2 picks. I've said this, like, to me, I want to see the Bears walk out of the first round with Jared Verse and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not worried about the quarterback. I'm still believing Justin Fields, but if you can walk away with Jared Verse and Marvin Harrison Jr., you've now shored up 2 spots that you need young talent at. And Jared Verse, I look at as the guy who, like, you mean you compare him with Javon Dexter on the inside too? Like, I like Jared Verse a lot. What are you guys thinking on that part of it?
Definitely Marvin Harrison Jr., but I'm more in the line of a center or a left tackle. That'll be cool with me. I don't know. I'm cool with just Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not ready to look into the drafts and stuff like that, to the draft picks and stuff right now. I'm definitely sticking with Justin Fields till he shows me otherwise. I still think he's going to be back on the field in probably a couple weeks, maybe. So I want to go like a center, something like a center in Marvin Harrison Jr. We need to get that
For sure.
You
offensive
want to go
line.
center in the first round?
I wouldn't go center.
Could we
first
get
round.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Not in this draft. I wouldn't go.
You
center
wouldn't
in the
go
first
center?
round.
Okay.
No.
I mean, but I know you haven't had a
Right.
chance to look at the draft.
Yeah.
And it's. I honestly, I would usually say it's too early to start draft coverage, but we may need to start looking at that soon. Like,
Fact.
especially if the Bears get 2 more losses on the season,
Yeah.
we might as well move the freaking draft
Yeah.
coverage because it's going.
Yeah.
Long
It's
fucking
gonna
season,
be
bro.
down. But
Yeah.
I love the comment. And to me, I just look at like, and I said it yesterday on the mailbag episode for those that missed it. I'm like, bro, I'm listening to actual football players say that Justin Fields is not the problem. And they really are harping on building out the trenches. The trenches, they're bad. And then if you look at some of the systems to where young quarterbacks thrive in, you look at the 49ers. What do they have? Great trenches on both sides of the
Yeah.
ball. Jalen Hurts
Yeah,
was
really.
able to develop behind a great offensive line and a great defensive line. He was able to develop in that. Even if you go down to Miami, coaching came down for Tua because just, you know what I'm saying? Steve-O mentioned it. Got to get shout out to my brother. He said just a few years ago, before Tua started turning around, Miami wanted to get rid of him. But what they do,
Mhm.
go get a new
Yes.
coach and help continue to build out
Good
the
point.
trenches when they went and traded for Bradley Chubb on the defensive side and help that offensive line. So as of right now, great comment. I'm definitely gonna be diving into the draft if we continue to have this free fall for sure.
By the way, look out for this, and I'm gonna I look out for this. If the Chicago Bears doing it with the number 1 overall pick and trade outside of it, don't be surprised if the Las Vegas Raiders, who are playing today, are looking for that number 1 pick, and there may be a chance we can get Max Crosby out of that.
That'd be great.
I'm with that 100%. 200%.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. So listen, it'll be just like what Pose did with getting DJ Moore with when he traded out of that. If you can get Max Crosby and the Raiders' first round pick for the first overall, listen, Caleb Williams is cool and all, but I don't trust USC quarterbacks. I ain't tripping off of it. Get Max Crosby.
Can I add on to that too, please, real quick?
Yeah.
And for the dumbass Chris Canty, who said we should go and hire Lincoln Riley, who is 0-3 against Utah. Can't beat him. Can't beat a top 25 team. We should go get him. Okay.
And I just want to expound on your point and Steve point when you just told us Steve point about you have to get those trenches right. In any job, if you're not comfortable, you're not going to be able to do well. Let alone a job with 300-pound men come to kill you. So fix those trenches, and Justin Fields will be the GOAT.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like the trenches, like here's what, and I get it. We live in a microwave society, and Bears fans are tired of quarterbacks struggling in the Chicago Bears uniform. But my thing is you're not going to see that change if you don't fix up the things that you need to do first. And the way that I look at it is this: if you fix up the trenches, you fix the offensive line, the defensive line, get a better offensive coordinator, offensive minded head coach, whatever it is. If you then do those things and then get a really good look at Fields and then say, hey, no, he ain't it, you're going to have an opportunity for another. You can then go after another quarterback, but at least you have those other things. You have a better – you're not going to be bringing them into the same situation Fields came into where you had Fields and not shit else, and he got knocked around, and that messed up his confidence. You're going to want to – whenever you do move on, if you move on to another quarterback from Fields, I hope that they don't have to, but if you do, you want to bring in that quarterback to a situation to where they can thrive in. They're going to be able to build their confidence. They're going to be able to go through and develop and not have to worry about 3 years in, hey, I'm still getting put on my ass every single time I drop back. So, it is what it is.
That's perfectly said, man.
Plus, like I said, I don't trust USC quarterbacks at all. Like, I don't.
When the last one that was cold? Matt Leinart.
Carson Palmer.
Oh, Carson Palmer.
Yeah, because Matt Leinart wasn't even that good when he came to the NFL.
No. There goes C-Dub internet. Nigga sound like a Decepticon, bro.
Bro, he finna transform.
Yeah, he's finna transform like a motherfucker. All right, Bobby. Well, we wait on C-Dub to get his internet together, bro. Let's go ahead and start getting into these score predictions for today, bro. How are you feeling coming into this game?
I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a battle, but I do think Tyson Bagent with the offensive game that he's gonna go and run with the one read throw quick game, I think he might find himself in some trouble. because typically young guys like to stare down their targets first. I think that might cause him a little bit of trouble, but I do think he's able to bounce back. But with all that being said, I'm taking the Bears in a loss to the Las Vegas Raiders, who have won 2 in a row, about to go ahead and win 3 in a row. 24-17 Raiders.
Okay. 24-17 Raiders. Got C-Dub back. C-Dub, we've got it into our prediction. Somebody said Mark Sanchez was a good what? Anyway, what's your score prediction for today? Bears versus Raiders, brother.
I got to get this in as fast as I can. Let me go.
That's how you got the kids you got now.
Hey, man. Stay out my business.
I'm sorry, bro. The joke was there. I couldn't help it, bro. I apologize.
Bro. Okay. Let me gain my composure. The Raiders come in here. Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to be playing. The Bears have definitely disappointed me with their offensive play call in the last game. I'm going to go with the Bears with a win because I expect Luke Getsy and Tyson Bagent to be spectacular. 21-10 Chicago Bears. You heard it here.
21-10 Chicago Bears. We got 2 backup quarterbacks coming into this with 2 offenses that, I mean, even with their starting quarterbacks, didn't look amazing. Man, it's so hard for me to predict a Bears victory because shit has just been so tough for this team on both sides of the ball. We can't get right. When the offense is looking good, the defense looks like shit. We get one game where the defense does its job and the offense just can't put it together. I'm going to say because Luke Getsy has a quarterback that's probably more suited to the type of quarterback he likes in this system, the offense is probably going to look a little bit better. And God forbid that Bears social media that's about to be if the Bears get a win today.
Oh, my goodness.
But I am definitely picking the Chicago Bears to win. I'm picking the close game, 14-10 Chicago Bears.
Nothing.
It's about to be ugly,
It's
about to be ugly, bro.
Shout out to Tyson.
Hey, shout out to the
about
defense.
to be ugly.
Shout out to the defense for sure, though. Defense been playing last couple weeks.
Hey, bro, listen, they just got to do not allow this motherfucker Devontae Adams to go off on us again, bro. Like, come on, man. Yeah. And I do want to point out as well, while the Chicago Bears are 0-3 at home, the Las Vegas Raiders are also 1-2 on the road. So let's hope some things. Can we get a win in Chicago, please? We deserve one.
They do.
Damn, it's almost been
That's
a damn
9
calendar
straight
year,
games.
bro.
9 straight games. The fans had to sit there and watch, and damn near all of them were bad.
Like in Soldier Field at that.
And I don't want them to blame because we tough and we boo when we see bad play on the field. I don't want to hear that shit because it's easier for y'all to play on the road. Y'all got like 4 or 5 road victories before we got a home victory yet in the colder calendar year. We know football. If you're not playing well, we gonna boo the shit out you. Get over it. Be grown men out there, bro.
Facts.
Bears Raiders tie. Listen, I didn't even think about that.
Hey, man,
that's come on, bro.
No tie.
Well, listen, the NFL needs to get rid of the tie, bro.
For
There's
real.
no reason why in the year of our Lord, 2023, any professional sport should still have ties, bro. Like they need to get rid of this. I don't give a damn if you got to play until midnight. Let's get rid of the fucking ties in football,
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Just do this, like just take a page out of college. You know what I'm saying? Let them play that whole overtime and regulation. If it come down to it, nobody is the victor yet. Line these guys up on what they do in college on the 25.
They do the
30.
Score,
you automatically got to go for 2. Ain't no field goals, none of that. You score, you have to go for 2. The team that can't do it, I think you would just solve that problem real quick.
Yeah, but with the NFL, I think they need to move that up to like the 15 or the 10 to get this shit over with fast.
He not playing, motherfucker gonna be going nuts.
Bro, that's gonna be a lot of anxiety right there.
Bro, if the Bears and Raiders tied today, oh my God, bro, that'd be the most Chicago Bears thing.
Would it be worse than a loss? Yeah, I think it'd be worse than a loss. What the hell?
Bro, like
both of y'all was so bad, neither one of y'all could win. Or lose.
Damn.
I would be so pissed off at a tie today, man. That's crazy. Injury report for today, as most I'm sure Bears fans know: Feeney out, Terrell Smith out, Roshan out, Eddie Jackson out, Nate Davis out, Justin Fields out, EQ out, Khalil out, Josh Blackwell out. Listen, Braxton Jones out, Joe Reed out. Everybody's out.
Oh, bro.
Feeney, what happened
What
to
did he
Feeney?
do? I thought he was good.
Feeney is inactive because of a knee issue. That was reported by Courtney Cronin.
What did he do?
Did
he
he
got
have
out
it
of
when we
bed or
grabbed
go
him?
away?
Did he have it when we grabbed him? What was
He
the
was
sense?
just listed. He was just placed on there today. So whatever happens, they just made that
My
decision.
man's
today,
rolled
so.
out of bed and said, we trash. I'm gonna set me out.
That man said, rather than play today, I'm gonna go get my my mullet tightened up today. I ain't even gonna worry
What?
about
I
it.
wish we could have seen that kid on the field, man. He got the mullet. See what he about. He must be trash, though. He must be some trash.
Or the
That's
coach
funny.
staff trash. One or the other.
Any last thoughts before we get up out of here, fellas?
Pray for my internet. Be on the live call. We finna go crazy, but pray for my internet game. There will be a maintenance for all of Xfinity customers in my area at 1 a.m. But what good is that?
C-Dub. Hey, man, just make sure y'all tune in. We going through the rough days, but it's eventually going to get brighter. We'll see what they put out on the field here today. But in the meantime, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want more from me and C-Dub, hit us up on Shy Bulls Podcast. And if you want more from Haize, hit him up on all social media platforms at CEO Haize.
If the Bears are getting blown out by halftime, y'all make sure y'all tune into the live call because I'm showing up and I'm going the fuck off, bro.
Thanks.
Like, it's real talk. I've been so stressed out about this goddamn team, bro. My waves in my hair, bro, have been off. Like, everything's just been off.
No
bro.
way,
Like,
not the wave game.
Bro, not the waves. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, thank God I still got my original hairline, so I ain't too mad about it. I can just brush and get the waves back. But this team is stressing me the fuck out, fam. Let's get a win in Chicago. We deserve a win. Bears fans, make sure you guys are following us at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, and like we like to end everything on Chi-Town up, Bear down. Love you guys.